What's up everybody, it's the Fire Specialist here, and welcome to more Pokemon Yellow. Last time, we explored through the Power Plant Zone for the first time, encountering and catching the legendary Bird of Thunder itself, Zapdos. And today, I forgot one thing I gotta show first, before we, not dig, fly. Forgot to show this before we get into it. The good thing is, we do still need the certain move that we're going to be using in today's episode. We already have it on the team, of course. Technically speaking, I think we can come in through this way too. However, there are trainers we haven't battled yet, and I want to do that. We're going to come in through here, though. Mr. Warden, this guy. We've already gotten strength, so, just in case you guys are curious, what's behind the boulder? The boulder is scared to fight a young blind girl. Please tell me you understand that reference. Not the right line, though. He's not scared, but to fight a young blind girl. But there's a rare candy right there. Another one. We found almost 10 rare candies on this journey, so that's 10 free level ups we're about to use in a couple episodes. Alright. Back to Cinderball. Just like that. Don't even have to cut it. Just a few seconds worth. Alright. We have to go ahead and surf on over here. Why am I in my item pouch? Let's go, Stormy. Alright, we are surfing. Let's see, put that down there. There we go. We should be able to see most of the trainers now. Of course, you know these people have water types, so we are going to be leading with our Pikachu, who is currently not the highest level on the team. Got the Beauty with a Poliwag. Oh, this is inconsequential. Like I said, you can do this stuff before you even, or right after you have surf, so that wasn't too crazy. Okay, Seeking. I haven't really mentioned it because I'm not really doing bios. I'm giving my opinions on Pokemon kinda as we go here and there. But I did forget to mention something about Seeking. It actually has a signature move in this game. Unfortunately, it's not as good as Surf, so it's kind of an ineffective move. But did you guys know Waterfall was in this game? Yeah, Seeking learns Waterfall by level up, and as you guys know, Waterfall became a staple HM in future games. In Gen 2, in Gen 3, in Gen 4, I think in Gen 5. Maybe Gen 6? So yeah. Seeking is the original Waterfall user, and it's its signature move. I think it's still 80 base power. I don't think it flinches though in this game. Kinda like Rock Slide and Tri Attack. Not getting their secondary effects until Generation 2. But yeah. So if you want something fun that's not a Surf user, you have Waterfall. But I mean, again, it's not really ideal. There is some good experience on this route though. The Seeking and the Cloister. Sorry about that. And we're getting crits left and right. It's a good time for Pikachu to get a level up or two. There we go. Level 44. Don't touch my pearls. That would be illegal. And of course, are you a bird keeper? Oh, you can see me from the water? I forgot that. Now, how would you ride your bird Pokemon from here? This is not a Pokemon Center. I mean... What? This isn't even Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. We can just kind of soar around. Anyways, we're going to Thunderbolt you. GG. You have flying types. They're also weak against... let's just check out the water type is. And he's got the classic Pidgeotto. Look at that. I wish the Pidgey line was better. I know they gave Pidgeot a Mega Evolution. But I mean, I wish they gave it some pizzazz. It's the most normal flying type you can get. It's a bird. It's not a plane though. It's not Superman either. Is there anything down here? We still have it. Yes, there is someone down here. We're not gonna miss you. We're on track for, I think, taking out every trainer so far in the game. If I recall correctly. We still got like a gym and like Victory Road, and that might be it. So be very wary of your money at this point. Don't overspend on stuff that you don't need. I unfortunately though am trying to show you guys a lot of what this game has to offer. Look at that, another waterfall user. The only waterfall user in Generation 1. I still think this game, I mean, they introduced so many poison types, so many water types, which kind of makes sense. But like, there are so many other Pokemon that are just better than what I guess that could be it over here. Oh! Repel not up though? What level are you? 5. Repel was not up, we just got very lucky. Like when it comes to the water types and the normal flying types, they really should have made them stand out a bit more from each other. That could justify you possibly using them. Like, no one's going to want to use Farfetch. It is a Pokemon that gets Slash, but it has 65 attack, and your critical hits with Slash ignore your Swords Dance. I mean, you can also run Agility, but it's not going to really matter with Slash because it's just about a guaranteed critical hit anyway. So you're either going to do boosted moves with like Body Slam, or critical hit slashes. And Pikachu goes to level 45, 110 hit points. I believe that might be everybody. Nope, we still got one more. Are you on vacation too? Look at this seal. Another Pokemon I wish would get an evolution. Dugong hasn't gotten anything. And I mean, Seal and Dugong are kind of bland as is, but I mean, that kind of means you could probably make something, I don't know, bigger, longer, and whiter. Pause. Don't take that. Don't edit that out. Welcome to Seafoam Islands. We've kind of been here before, but also not really. Now, there's two entrances to this place, and I'm going to be very honest. I don't come in here that often. It's a place I'm just not fond of. I have bad memories of getting lost in here as a child, the way I got lost in Koga's gym, and had to ask my mama how to get me out. And that was, I was in tears, because I couldn't get out of that stupid gym. So, we're going to explore this place together. Because I kind of feel like I have to go to the other entrance, but you know what? We're already over here. When the repel runs out, though, we should be able to find some Pokemon. This is a good place to pick up something that could be Ice type. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use Surf. I don't think it's showcasing the water. Why am I in my item bag? Alright, we'll get on our Stormy. And yeah, we're going through here some. Just do a little bit of exploring here, and then exploring there. It's a dead end. I don't really have much to say. Seafoam Islands. Oh, okay, I hit the current. I'm not touching any buttons. Alright then. Find a free Ultra Ball. Thank you. We might need that. Yeah, honestly, I don't really have much to say about this place. I'm kind of waiting for the repel to run out. What's this sign have to say? About currents? Danger, fast current. Yeah. You can't really see it, but if you do encounter the current, it will sweep you away. Just like over here. This is the current that you don't want to go into, and there's some stuff up there as well. Let's go down here. What's this sign have to say? Boulders might change the flow of water. Alright, so we're going to need strength. I guess I did forget to mention that. The extra HM you're going to want... Did I check the actual area over there? The extra move you're going to need in here is strength. Which, I mean, it's not a bad move to have on your team. After all, our Nidoking has it. We'll go right through here. I don't think there's any trainers in here, so we kind of took care of the trainer quota already. Alright, now I think... Okay, so you can go through either area. Has the repel run out? There we go. What Pokemon can we get in here? We're going to talk about it. Have something to talk about. Really? Really, Zubat? I have already discussed how you are trash. Have I mentioned how Wing Attack is 35 power in this game? It's the same as Peck. Booty, butt, cheeks. Booty, booty, butt, cheeks. That's exactly what that is. Alright, these are the strength boulders though. We're gonna need to push down one in each area. So, alright, Nidoking. I know you are ground type, but I need your help right now. If you do end up pushing a boulder in the wrong spot, you can always take a ladder to go ahead and fix it. Let's see. It'll resetting. So, I feel dumb. I'm doing the complicated version of this. Just wait till I'm done and see what Why? You are not special! Alright, now we're gonna do this again. Technically, I haven't done a reset yet. I just cut because Zubat is annoying. I swear, this is another freaking Zubat. Okay, well, this is where you can find Dugong. It's a water ice type, but again, Lapras does it better. Now we'll push this one down here. And push this one down here. And now, if you did go into this water, which as you recognize, that's the sign we checked. That's where I said we don't want to go in there. This was a current. If you don't have the boulders down here, then you will get swept by the current, pass these boulders on down, and that is a entrance to where you would be swept back to like the kind of beginning part of the area. But because the boulders are now blocking the way, the current has stopped. We can free to surf around and go up here. There's another bird. Once again, I recommend save your game. And before that, I gotta see something real quick. Alright, I just wanted to kind of look around for the Pokemon. There's a Staryu here, a wild Golbat as well. I wasn't sure if, I haven't really encountered Psyduck yet. Now, I don't have all of the locations memorized and all that stuff, but I do like to try and give my opinion on things, and I'll quickly say it right now. Golduck is one of the few Amnesia Pokemon. We have talked about, I believe, Slowpoke and Slowbro, which I thought could maybe be in here as well, but again, I'm not sure. Feel free to look it up on Bulbapedia. This is not an extensive 100,000% guide. This is for entertainment and to get my perspective on things. But when it comes to Slowbro though and Golduck, Slowbro is a more slow, tanky version with a bit better coverage. Golduck is just kind of a decent, speedy Amnesia user that carries water and ice attacks, and non-stab psychic type attacks compared to Slowbro's stab psychic. So, there's my opinion on that, because we already talked about Seeking, and with all the water types in this game, there's really only a few that stand out, that being Blastoise, Lapras, Slowbro, stuff like that. Vaporeon's not bad either, but again, Thunderbolt Jolteon with that massive 130 base speed, pretty good if you ask me. But alright, now that we're here, I want you guys to look at the team. We still have the same Pokemon and the same strategy basically. You're going to want to give this Pokemon a status condition. We're going to take a little chance and try and go for Victory Bell Sleep Powder. I'll show you why here in a second. So, alright, make sure you save your game. I forgot if I did already, but technically speaking, I use save states, so mine's saving is a little bit different from yours. You're playing on actual hardware, but that stuff aside, let's talk to the bird here. Gaio! This is the legendary bird of ice, Articuno. Articuno is level 50, ice and flying type, with also 2 moves. Stab moves at that, Peck, and Ice Beam. This Pokemon comes preloaded with Ice Beam. We may or may not get unlucky here, so let's go for the Sleep Powder and go for the Peck. Alright, we got the coin flip kind of lucky. Kinda like that peck still did a lot, but oh, it's not gonna affect. Come on, don't do that. Go to sleep. There we go. Alright. We're not gonna be able to do much. Hopefully though, it does do decent damage with acid. Maybe we can catch it. We'll try and find. I woke right up. And unless we get the lucky glitch, this ain't gonna stay asleep then. And there's Ice Beam. So hey, at least this one carries its strongest move in its arsenal already, that being Ice Beam. Unfortunately, our sleep type Pokemon is gone, and also with it being an Ice type, it can't be frozen. So we're gonna go for a Thunder Wave. Try and paralyze it. It won't heal itself from paralysis, so there is that. Let's see. Let's go for Submission. Articuno, it missed. That is Submission for you. Can we tank this? Special stat? We have 5 hit points. Pikachu, sorry, but Submission going down. Alright. We'll use another Pokemon. Ice, though, is one of the best typings offensively, so it's not that bad, really. Let's go for Charizard, actually. A little Ash vs. Nolan action, if you know what I mean. We'll go for the Seismic Toss, see how much this does. It's gonna do, well, it's gonna do 46, but how much of that bar is gonna go missing? Alright, I don't feel comfortable with that amount of hit points. Is there anything else we can do? I guess we go to Tauros. Well, we did get rid of our Stomp, though. You know what? Let's just start throwing some balls. But when it comes to Articuno, though, you missed the Pokemon. Here we go. It's not asleep or frozen, so this can happen, unfortunately. But when it comes to Articuno, though, it is, of course, immune to ground, which is great. I want to weaken it a bit more, but I don't really know what to use against it. I don't think Seismic Toss would be a good idea. But Articuno, though, in Scarlet and Violet, by the way, if you followed the VGC stuff, it did win a major tournament. I think it won a major tournament, or at least it went far, with a Mono Ice moveset. I think it had Freeze Dry, Blizzard, Shell Cold, and Ice Beam or Icy Wind, and it had the Ice Terra type. It had a Never Melt Ice, I think. Either that or it had a Choice Spec, I think. Alright, Tauros goes down. We gotta find a way to weaken it a bit more. Let's try Stormy. I guess Ice Beam will be my best move, or my weakest move in this case. There we go, it's in the red. Now let's see if we can go ahead and catch it. It's in the red now, it's paralyzed, and we're still gonna miss it. I don't really understand the logistics behind the whole missing the Pokemon. I thought a status would pretty much get the job done. My sleep user, I mean, if you have a Hypnosis Pokemon, like a Haunter or a Gengar, or even a Hypno, that'd be great too. We've thrown like 10 balls and we missed every single one. Good thing is we have revives, so we might have to use that. I know I haven't. Oh wow, we are in desperate need of revives actually. Just in case you guys were not aware, the enemies do not actually use power points. So those Ice Beams, it's gonna be more than 10 of them. And that's a one-shot. Now, you might think we're in the clear with Charizard, but I don't know if I mentioned this yet either. Fire does not resist ice, so we're actually weak to it. We're gonna use a revive. I think the best Pokemon to use it on is Stormy. And just kind of have to get a little lucky. We haven't I need to have a potion as well. Yes, this is me using items in battle. I just don't do it versus trainers. I think I discussed that during the Pidgeotto episode. Alright, well, we don't have to do any more damage to it. Please stop listening to Pokemon. It's paralyzed, for goodness sake. This is kind of ridiculous. I didn't think I'd have this much trouble with Articuno. Here we go. There we go. I have always kind of wondered, if you miss the Pokemon, does that just mean it was like an automatic breakout type of thing? And once it's in the Pokeball, it would be caught. We didn't see that with Zapdos, but that's because we gave it a status condition that completely immobilizes it, like freeze. But hey, we caught it though. Articuno, the freeze Pokemon, a legendary bird Pokemon. It freezes water that it contains in winter air and makes it snow. We've seen Articuno a lot in the anime actually. There we go, and Pikachu gone missing and everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and dig our way out of here. This is why it helps to have a dig Pokemon, either that or an escape rope. Alright, I'm gonna heal first and then we're gonna take a look at Articuno. Alright, the second of the legendary birds, Articuno. If you want an ice type, by the way, this Pokemon is the one to get. It's got a special of 133, defensive 107. Oh, I did forget to mention something. I sometimes when I plan out these videos, I try and plan out stuff I'm going to say. But I don't normally write stuff down. I do want to mention a move Articuno can learn in this game. Bubble Beam. Articuno can use Bubble Beam. It's a water type attack. You get it from Misty, so there's only one of them. So obviously we cannot teach Articuno Bubble Beam. We gave it to our Staryu for training purposes when we first caught it. But Bubble Beam though is a 65 base power move. Now, I'm a big numbers person. I want to put some numbers out there for you guys real quick. This is also not what I wrote down, but I did the math about a week or two ago. Bubble Beam is a 65 base power move. If used on a rock and ground type, it becomes 130 and then becomes 260. It's slightly stronger than a non-stab explosion. That could probably definitely take it out. However, Ice Beam is a 95 base power move. 95 times 1.5. And you know what? I'm going to do the math real quick and then I'll come back. The numbers are going to shock you. Or freeze you to your core, whatever. Alright. Stab Ice Beam does 142.5 base power. Doubling that again makes it 285 base power. Ice Beam on a rock and ground type is still stronger than Bubble Beam. So you might wonder, well then why would I worry about Bubble Beam? For fire types. Honestly, fire types, even though they do not resist ice in this game, Bubble Beam would still be stronger than Stab. Wait, actually, am I dumb? I am dumb. Why do so many people? Wow, this took. I'm embarrassed now. Am I missing something here? Bubble Beam is 65 base power. So then, doubling that is 130. But a Stab Ice Beam is 142.5. I just know people in competitive Gen 7 were freaking out over the fact that, oh, Articuno can use Bubble Beam now. Oh, and does its moves Peck and Ice Beam. I mean, regardless though, you can use Bubble Beam. I think it's fun. Nolan's Articuno use Water Pulse. So, besides, Bubble Beam can reduce speed. So there is that. So, now that my numerical rant of embarrassment is over, tell me in the comment section if I'm just stupid or something. Because honestly, I kind of always thought Bubble Beam was good on Articuno. I taught my Articuno Bubble Beam when I was younger. But alright, with all that said and done, I know I'm missing a Pokemon. I'll get it back in a little bit. Next time on Pokemon Yellow. It's time to take on the 8th and final gym. See you guys then.